Okay, going home. The friends who know me know that I've had very many different jobs throughout my life. And once in a while, somebody asks me, of all the jobs that you've had, what has been your favorite? And even though it's not a job, I always tell them that my favorite thing in my whole life has been to be a father, to be a parent, and raising a family. It's a lot of responsibility and you have to work real hard at it, but it definitely is my most challenging, but my favorite thing to do. So once in a while, a friend might ask me how I knew that I was ready to be a father, to be a parent. And in reality, you're never ready because there's always something that worries you. But I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Of course, being a father is not all just fun and games. You have a lot of responsibilities and you have to provide for your family. And there's also some things that are not always very pleasant, like when your kids are sick. My daughter has been a dancer since she was 5 years old. And one of the not so pleasant things that I would have to do periodically was to take out her ingrown toenails. And as a dancer, she was always getting them. Now I have friends that would take their daughters to the doctor and they would give them a shot to numb the area before they would take out the ingrown toenail. But my daughter would always let me do it. And I thought that was very brave of her because I know how painful an ingrown toenail can be. But yet, she would let me do it. And she would scream and she would cry and she would tell me, no daddy, no daddy. But she would let me take out her ingrown toenails. And it was always a very traumatic experience for her, I'm sure because of the pain. But for me as well, because I knew that I was hurting her, but it had to get done. A story that my son recently reminded me of was a time that I had to remove one of my daughter's ingrown toenails. And he was about 6 years old at the time and he was already in bed. And my daughter walked into the room and gave him a hug and told him, don't be scared. No matter what you hear, even if you hear me scream, don't be scared. Try to go to sleep. Of course, that worried my son a lot more. And as traumatic as the experience was for all of us in the family, it was one of those things that just had to get done. And my daughter was always very brave about it. Just one of the many joyful experiences of being a father. My goodness.